Robyn Brown thought she had finally won. After years of sharing Cody with 3 other wives, she believed she had him all to herself. The sister wives were gone, the competition was over, and Robyn was supposed to be living her happily ever after as the only woman in Cody's life. But then Cody dropped a bombshell that shattered her fantasy into a million pieces. He casually revealed that another woman had reached out to him, expressing interest in joining their marriage. And here's the kicker. Cody admitted he liked the attention. The look on Robyn's face said everything. This was not part of the plan. During a recent episode of Sister Wives, Cody sat Robyn down and told her about an email he received from a mystery woman. According to Cody, this woman didn't just slide into his inbox with a simple hello. No, she came in hot, chastising him for abandoning plural marriage and giving up on the polygamous lifestyle that once defined him. She scolded him like a disappointed teacher, telling him he needed to repent and get back to his roots. But then, in a bizarre twist, this same woman pivoted and expressed interest in getting to know him for the purposes of marriage. Let that sink in. She went from criticizing him to proposing herself as wife number 5 in the same breath. Robyn's reaction was immediate and visceral. She bristled at the very thought of this woman contacting Cody directly. In Robyn's world, there are rules to this game, and this mystery woman had violated every single one of them. Robyn made it crystal clear that it's not proper for a woman to go hitting on a married man without first going through the sister wives. She insisted that protocol demands you approach at least one of the wives before you ever think about approaching the husband. But here's the problem, there are no sister wives anymore, it's just Robyn. And that's exactly what's making this situation so explosive. What really sent shockwaves through the fan base wasn't just the email itself. It was Cody's confession that he liked receiving it. He admitted that he's gotten a lot of letters from women asking him to reconsider plural marriage. And while he claims he deleted this particular email and isn't interested in the craziness, his tone told a different story. There was a glint in his eye, a satisfaction in his voice that suggested he was enjoying the attention far more than he was letting on. And Robyn? She saw right through it. Insiders are now speculating that this isn't just about one random email. Sources close to the situation whisper that Cody might be playing a dangerous game, using the prospect of other women to keep Robyn on her toes. But the real question is why? Why would Cody dangle the possibility of polygamy in front of Robyn when he supposedly has everything he ever wanted? The answer might be more twisted than anyone imagined, and it's about to get a whole lot messier. Robyn's fury over the email situation revealed something she probably didn't want the world to see: her desperation to maintain control. When Cody told her about the woman who reached out, Robyn didn't just express mild annoyance. She was visibly shaken, her voice tight with anger as she explained why this was so deeply inappropriate. In her mind, there's a hierarchy, a system, a proper way to approach a polygamist family. And this mystery woman had completely bypassed all of it by going straight to Cody. What made Robyn's reaction so telling was her insistence on the rules of engagement. She stated emphatically that you have to go through the sister wives first, that you need approval from at least one of them before you can even think about expressing interest in the husband. But here's where it gets awkward. Those rules were designed for a functioning plural marriage. Robyn is the only wife left, so who exactly is this mystery woman supposed to approach? Robyn herself? The very thought seems to fill Robyn with dread because it would mean acknowledging that she might have to share Cody again. The way Robyn described it, this woman committed a cardinal sin by hitting on Cody directly. She called it inappropriate, disrespectful, and completely out of line. But underneath all that righteous indignation, you could sense something else: fear. Robyn spent years positioning herself as Cody's favorite, the wife he truly loved above all others. She watched as his relationships with Mary, Janelle, and Christine crumbled one by one. And now that she finally has him all to herself, the last thing she wants is competition creeping back into the picture. What's fascinating is how possessive Robyn became in that moment. For someone who supposedly embraced the plural marriage lifestyle, who claimed to understand and accept sharing her husband, she sure seemed territorial. Her reaction suggested that she never really wanted to share Cody at all. She wanted to be the favorite, the number one, the queen bee. And now that she's achieved that status, she's not about to let some random woman from the internet threaten her position. But Robyn's anger might be misdirected. The real issue isn't the mystery woman, it's Cody. He's the one who chose to tell Robyn about the email in the first place. He's the one who admitted he liked the attention. He's the one who revealed that multiple women have reached out to him over the years. Why would he share all of this with Robyn if not to get some kind of reaction? It's almost as if he wanted to see her squirm, wanted to remind her that other women still find him desirable, wanted to prove that he's still got options even if she's the only wife standing. The question everyone's asking now is whether Cody brought up this email to genuinely inform Robyn or to manipulate her. Because if it's the latter, it's working. Robyn is rattled, defensive, and clearly struggling to maintain her composure. And Cody, he's sitting back, watching it all unfold with a satisfaction that's impossible to ignore. Cody didn't just receive one email. He confessed to Robyn that he's been getting a lot of letters from women who want him to reconsider plural marriage. A lot of letters. Let that sink in for a moment. This isn't some isolated incident where one random fan reached out. This is apparently a pattern, a steady stream of women who have been contacting Cody, begging him to return to the lifestyle that made him famous. And the fact that he kept this information to himself until now raises some serious questions about what game he's really playing. During their conversation, Cody casually mentioned that women have been reaching out to him, expressing their disappointment that he abandoned polygamy. Some of them, like the mystery emailer, have even gone so far as to offer themselves as potential wives. Cody claims he's not interested, that he deleted the email and wants nothing to do with the craziness. But his body language told a different story. There was a smugness in his tone, a barely concealed pride in the fact that women are still pursuing him despite everything that's happened with his family. So why is Cody keeping these messages, or if he's deleting them like he claims, why is he bothering to tell Robyn about them? The answer might lie in a theory that's been circulating among insiders who know the family well. According to sources close to the situation, Cody is deliberately dangling the possibility of polygamy in front of Robyn to keep her emotionally invested in the relationship. It's a twisted form of manipulation, a way to make sure she never gets too comfortable, never feels secure enough to walk away. Word on the street suggests that Cody knows exactly what he's doing. He understands that Robyn still wants polygamy, not because she loves sharing him, but because she wants to be the top wife in a plural marriage. She craves that hierarchy, that power dynamic where she sits at the apex while other women compete for scraps of Cody's attention. Without that structure, Robyn is just a regular wife in a monogamous marriage, and insiders whisper that she's struggling with that reality far more than she's willing to admit. Cody's confession about the letters serves a strategic purpose. It reminds Robyn that he's still desirable, that other women want him, that he could theoretically replace her if she doesn't play along. It's a subtle threat wrapped in the guise of honesty. He's essentially telling her that she's not irreplaceable, that he has options, and that she should be grateful he's chosen to stay with her. It's emotional manipulation at its finest, and Robyn appears to be falling for it hook, line, and sinker. But here's where it gets even more sinister. Industry insiders suggest that Cody isn't just playing mind games for fun. He's doing it out of fear. There's a very real possibility that Robyn could leave him, and Cody is absolutely terrified of that outcome. So he's using these phantom women as leverage, creating an illusion of abundance to keep Robyn from realizing that she actually holds all the power in this relationship. The psychological warfare between Cody and Robyn runs deeper than anyone realized. According to explosive revelations from Robyn Brown and her husband Tony on their Patreon, Cody isn't entertaining the idea of other women because he actually wants them. He's doing it because he's desperate to keep Robyn from leaving. And the reason is chilling. Robyn still wants polygamy, and Cody knows that if he can't provide it, she might walk away from their so-called soulmate marriage. Robyn and Tony, who maintained a relationship with Robyn for years before recently cutting ties, dropped a bombshell theory that makes perfect sense when you connect all the dots. They claim that just like Cody pretended for years that he loved his other wives and wanted to be with them, even though he was essentially abandoning everyone for Robyn, he's now pretending that he's considering other women to keep Robyn interested. It's all smoke and mirrors. Elaborate performance designed to make Robyn believe that plural marriage is still on the table. The irony is staggering. For years, Cody played the role of devoted polygamist husband while secretly favoring Robyn above everyone else. He neglected his other children, ignored his other wives, and made it crystal clear where his priorities lay. But he maintained the facade because that's what kept the family structure intact. Now that the other wives are gone, he's still playing games, still pretending, but this time, the target of his manipulation is Robyn herself. Sources close to the situation reveal that Robyn is experiencing serious buyer's remorse. When she had sister wives around, she got all the benefits of being Cody's favorite without having to deal with him full-time. She had her space, her independence, and the satisfaction of knowing she ranked #1 in his heart. But now, she's stuck with Cody 24/7, and palace insiders whisper that the reality is far less appealing than the fantasy. She's discovering that being the only wife means dealing with all of Cody's issues, quirks, and neediness without any buffer or relief. This is where Cody's fear comes into play. He can sense Robyn's dissatisfaction. He knows she's not as happy in their monogamous situation as she pretended she would be. And that terrifies him because Robyn was supposed to be his endgame, his true love, the woman who made losing everyone else worthwhile. If she leaves too, Cody ends up completely alone, a failed polygamist with no wives and broken relationships with most of his children. That's an outcome he simply cannot accept. So Cody does what he does best. He manipulates. He brings up these mystery women. He talks about the letters he's receiving. He plants seeds of possibility about returning to plural marriage. It's all calculated to keep Robyn engaged, to remind her of what she signed up for, to dangle the carrot of being top wife once again. But it's cruel. It's keeping Robyn trapped in a situation where she's constantly wondering if other women are about to enter the picture, never feeling secure, always on edge. And that's exactly where Kody wants her. But Kody's fear of losing Robyn goes even deeper than just emotional manipulation. There's a religious angle to this nightmare that nobody's really talking about, and it's absolutely chilling. According to sources familiar with the beliefs of their church, the Apostolic United Brethren, Robyn could potentially be reassigned to a new husband because Kody lost all his other wives. And that possibility is keeping Kody up at night. Here's how it works. In the world of fundamentalist polygamy, a man's standing in the church and his worthiness for the celestial kingdom are tied to his ability to maintain his plural marriages. When all of Kody's wives left him except Robyn, it sent a clear message to the church community. Kody failed. He couldn't keep his family together. He couldn't fulfill his priesthood responsibilities. And in their belief system, that's a massive problem, not just for Kody, but potentially for Robyn's eternal salvation as well. Insiders who have spoken with former members of the AUB reveal that when a man loses multiple wives, the church leadership sometimes steps in to reassign the remaining wives to more worthy priesthood holders. It's not just about earthly happiness, it's about eternal progression, about making sure these women have a shot at reaching the highest level of heaven. And if the brethren decide that Kody can no longer provide that spiritual covering for Robyn, they could counsel her to seek a new husband who can secure her place in the celestial kingdom. This isn't just speculation. People who have left the AUB have confirmed that this practice happens. When a man gets completely demolished and all his wives leave, it's not uncommon for the wives who remain in the church to find new husbands or even be assigned to someone new. They don't always get to pick. Sometimes the church leaders make the decision for them, matching them with men they believe can offer better spiritual guidance and a stronger priesthood connection. For Kody, this fear is very real because Robyn maintains close relationships with her mother, her sisters, and her siblings who are still deep in the cult. She's not isolated from the church community the way Kody has become. She still has ties, still has people whispering in her ear about doctrine and eternal consequences. And if those family members start questioning whether staying with Kody is truly in Robyn's best spiritual interest, things could spiral very quickly. The buzz in royal circles is that Kody is acutely aware of this vulnerability. He knows that Robyn's family could pressure her to seek counsel from the church leadership. He knows that if she wants to be in good standing and secure her eternal future, the brethren might tell her she needs a new husband, one who hasn't failed so spectacularly at living the principle of plural marriage. And that's why Kody is willing to play these twisted games with the mystery women and the flirty emails. He's trying to prove he's still committed to polygamy, still capable of attracting wives, still worthy of being Robyn's eternal companion. But the cracks are showing, and everyone can see it. Kody's need to control the women in his life was on full display when he sat down with his daughter Aurora's boyfriend Brody Utley for one of the most awkward and uncomfortable conversations in Sister Wives history. During the October 26th episode, Kody launched into a bizarre lecture about chastity, purity, and the proper way to treat his 23-year-old daughter. And the things he said revealed a deeply troubling view of women that explains so much about why his marriages fell apart. Kody looked Brody straight in the eye and told him that when you're just dating someone, you're kissing another man's wife until she becomes your wife. Read that again. Kody essentially told this young man that Aurora doesn't belong to herself. She belongs to her future husband, whoever that may be. And until Brody puts a ring on her finger and makes it official, he's trespassing on another man's property. The possessiveness, the ownership mentality, the complete disregard for Aurora's autonomy as an adult woman, it was all right there in that one statement. But Kody didn't stop there. He went on to lecture Brody about protecting Aurora, even from yourself, referencing his own relationship with Robyn as the gold standard of restraint and purity. He bragged about keeping his hands off Robyn until they were married, as if that somehow made him a hero. And the whole time, Aurora sat there looking mortified while her father treated her like a piece of property being transferred from one man to another. Fans were quick to call out the hypocrisy and creepiness of this advice coming from a man who had 4 wives and 18 children. The conversation was described as awkward and uncomfortable for everyone involved, and viewers found Kody's patriarchal control over his adult daughter deeply disturbing. But for those who know the family well, this wasn't surprising at all. It was vintage Kody, revealing the sexist beliefs he's held for decades. Robyn Brown had a lot to say about her father's behavior during this scene. On her Patreon, she didn't hold back, calling out Kody for treating his daughters like property, like they belonged to someone else rather than to themselves. She explained that Cody doesn't view his girls as having the ability to take care of themselves or make their own decisions. And by telling Brody that he was kissing another man's wife, Cody was reinforcing this horrible notion that Aurora doesn't have control over her own body, her own kisses, her own choices. Tony, Mykelti's husband, pointed out how absurd it is to operate under the assumption that a woman doesn't have the ability to control her own kisses. Mykelti emphasized that a woman is the one who decides who she wants to kiss, who she wants to date, who she wants to be with. It's not the ownership of a man, not her father's decision, and certainly not some future husband she hasn't even committed to yet. But Cody clearly hasn't let go of these beliefs, and it's causing serious damage to his relationships with his daughters. While Cody plays his twisted mind games with Robyn using phantom women and email teases, Robyn is running her own manipulation playbook. And the most disturbing part? She's using her own children as pawns to keep Cody interested and invested in their marriage. According to Mykelti's bombshell revelations on Patreon, Robyn deliberately keeps her kids infantilized and dependent because she knows that once they grow up and develop their own opinions, Cody will lose interest in them just like he did with all his other older children. Mykelti dropped some seriously dark tea about her father's favoritism. She revealed that Cody is preferential to his youngest children, and specifically his youngest daughters. Whoever happens to be the youngest daughter at any given time becomes his favorite. While Aurora is one of his favorite kids right now, Mykelti pointed out that Cody is even more particular with Brianna and even more obsessed with Ariella. But here's the kicker. He has never treated truly Christine's daughter with that same level of preference and attention, ever. The pattern is clear and heartbreaking. The reason behind Robyn's strategy is calculated and cold. She understands Cody better than anyone, and she knows that he only wants relationships with children who remain young, compliant, and dependent. The moment his kids grow up and start having their own thoughts, their own boundaries, their own lives, Cody checks out. He's done it with Christine's kids, Janelle's kids, and Mary's daughter, so Robyn has made a conscious choice to keep her children in a state of arrested development, sheltering them from the real world, limiting their independence, and maintaining their childlike dependence on their parents. This isn't just protective parenting, this is strategic manipulation designed to preserve Cody's interest. Robyn is essentially using her kids as relationship leverage, keeping them young and needy so that Cody will stick around. Because what happens if her kids grow up, move out, and establish their own lives? Robyn loses her trump card. She's left alone with Cody in a monogamous marriage with no children acting as a buffer, forced to confront the reality that their relationship might not be as magical as they've been pretending. The thing is, Robyn isn't an innocent victim in this toxic dynamic. She's playing games too. Cody has to pretend like he's going to continue in polygamy to keep her interested. Robyn has to use her kids and keep them young to keep him interested. They're both manipulating each other, both playing chess with human lives, both refusing to be honest about what their marriage has actually become. And the people paying the price are the children caught in the middle of these twisted power plays. What's emerging is a picture of a relationship that's anything but the soulmate connection Cody and Robyn have been selling to the world. This is a marriage built on fear, control, and mutual manipulation. Neither of them trusts the other enough to just be real. Neither of them is secure enough to stop playing games. And the facade is crumbling fast, exposing the ugly truth underneath. While Cody and Robyn play their sick games with each other, Cody's relationships with his ex-wives have deteriorated into open hostility and ice-cold silence. The drama is coming from multiple fronts, and it's painting a picture of a man who has burned every bridge and alienated almost everyone who once loved him. And the consequences are starting to hit him where it hurts. His wallet and his reputation. Behind the scenes, Cody and Christine are locked in a bitter child support battle over their 14-year-old daughter, Truly. According to reports, Cody was served with child support papers back in November of 2024, right around the time he was moving out of his Flagstaff home and declaring on camera that he never wanted to speak to Christine again. The timing couldn't be more telling. Christine finally had enough of Cody's neglect and decided to make it official by demanding he contribute financially to the daughter he's been ignoring for years. The case has since been sealed from public records, which has led to rampant speculation among fans that Cody received special privileges or pulled strings to keep the details hidden. Nobody knows exactly how much he's paying or what the terms are, but what is known is that Christine has been under a court order not to disparage Cody publicly. That explains her suddenly diplomatic tone this season, the careful way she phrases things, the noticeable restraint when discussing her ex-husband. She's legally bound to keep her mouth shut, even though everyone knows she has plenty to say. Christine's new husband, David Wolf, bully hasn't been quite as restrained. His contempt for Kody has been caught on camera multiple times, and you can see the disgust written all over his face whenever Kody's name comes up. David represents everything Kody isn't: present, engaged, supportive, and genuinely interested in being a father figure to Truly. The contrast is stark, and it's making Kody look worse by the day. Meanwhile, Mary and Janelle delivered one of the most brutal silent treatments in reality television history during a Zoom call that aired on November 2nd. When Kody attempted small talk, asking them how it's going and whether anything exciting was happening in their lives, both women responded with icy one-word answers and painfully long pauses. The awkwardness was suffocating. Kody tried to engage Mary about her bed and breakfast, probably hoping to find some neutral ground. She shut him down with a curt, "It's the same." When he asked Janelle if she'd heard any good jokes lately, she delivered a pointed response that cut deep. "No, I live with children, they don't tell any funny jokes." It was a clear reference to her grandchildren, many of whom Kody has no relationship with whatsoever. The subtext was unmistakable. You abandoned your family, and now we're thriving without you. Mary explained in a confessional that she's established really hard boundaries with Kody after he made negative comments about her and her friends. She made it clear that his behavior is not going to fly anymore, and she's done tolerating his disrespect. The woman who once begged for Kody's attention has finally walked away, and she's not looking back. Kody's downfall isn't just playing out in his personal life. His reputation took another massive hit when he appeared on Fox's Special Forces World's Toughest Test, and multiple cast members came forward to confirm what everyone already suspected: Kody is selfish, difficult to work with, and completely unable to function as part of a team. The show was supposed to be Kody's chance to reinvent himself, to show the world he's more than just a failed polygamist. Instead, it became another platform for exposing his worst qualities. Brianna Chicken Fry LaPaglia didn't mince words when discussing her experience with Kody on the show. She revealed that they didn't exactly hit it off, which in reality television speak usually means they couldn't stand each other. Gia Giudice was slightly more diplomatic, but still made it clear there were obviously some issues with Kody not being a team player and focusing on himself rather than supporting his teammates. When multiple cast members independently come forward with the same complaints, it's pretty obvious the problem isn't them, it's Kody. The Special Forces disaster is just the latest in a long line of public humiliations for Kody, but the most devastating blow came from his own daughter, Mykelti Brown Padron, who defended her father for years despite mounting evidence of his failures, finally reached her breaking point. During a live Patreon reaction with her husband Tony, Mykelti admitted what fans have been screaming for seasons: Kody played favorites and Robyn always won. Mykelti didn't just casually mention this, she went in hard, calling out her father's manipulation and twisted narrative. Kody has been claiming that his other wives couldn't handle how hard he fought for Robyn, as if his devotion to one wife somehow justified neglecting everyone else. Mykelti flipped that script beautifully. She said, "It's not that they couldn't handle you fighting for Robyn, Dad, it's that you never fought for them at all." That single statement dismantled years of Kody's excuses and justifications. She went even further, revealing that Kody made his children earn his love as they got older. Think about how twisted that is. Your own father making you prove you're worthy of his affection, treating love like a reward for good behavior rather than something freely given. Mykelti accused both Kody and Robyn of manipulation, making it clear she's no longer buying the soulmate story they've been selling. The fact that Mykelti, who was once Team Kody and maintained relationships with both him and Robyn long after other siblings cut ties, is now publicly calling him out, speaks volumes. This isn't some estranged child with an axe to grind. This is a daughter who tried desperately to see the best in her father, who defended him when others attacked him, who wanted to believe his version of events, and even she can't do it anymore. Social media exploded after Mykelti's revelations, with fans calling Kody a narcissist, a deadbeat dad, and the villain of his own story. Meanwhile, Robyn has been labeled the most hated reality star of all time, accused of manipulation and receiving favoritism throughout the entire marriage. Their reputations are in ruins. So here we are, watching the spectacular implosion of what Kody and Robyn swore was a divine, eternal soulmate connection. The truth is finally out, and it's uglier than anyone imagined. This isn't a love story, it's a masterclass in toxic manipulation, where two people are so busy playing mind games with each other that they've completely lost sight of what a real relationship should look like. Kody dangles the possibility of polygamy in front of Robyn like a carrot on a stick, using phantom women and flirty emails to keep her anxious and insecure. He admits he likes the attention from other women, essentially telling his supposed soulmate that she's replaceable, that he has options, that she should be grateful he's choosing to stay. That's not love. That's control. Meanwhile, Robyn uses her children as pawns, keeping them infantilized and dependent to maintain Kody's interest, because she knows the moment they grow up, he'll lose interest just like he did with all his other kids. They're both trapped in a prison of their own making. Kody is terrified that Robyn will leave him, especially now that her family could pressure her to find a more worthy priesthood holder who can actually secure her place in the celestial kingdom. Robyn is experiencing buyer's remorse, realizing that being the only wife means dealing with Kody full-time without any sister wives to act as a buffer. Neither of them is happy, but neither of them is willing to admit it because that would mean acknowledging that everything they destroyed to be together wasn't worth it. The fallout from their toxic relationship extends far beyond just the two of them. Kody's children are speaking out. His ex-wives have given him the ultimate cold shoulder, and his reputation is absolutely destroyed. He's fighting Christine in court over child support for a daughter he barely sees. He's been exposed on national television as a selfish, controlling man who treats women like property. His appearance on Special Forces confirmed what everyone already knew. He's incapable of putting anyone's needs above his own. And Robyn? She's sitting in her 5-bedroom mansion, surrounded by her dependent children, clinging to a man who's using other women to manipulate her. She got exactly what she wanted, Kody all to herself, but now she's discovering that the reality doesn't match the fantasy, and there's no escape without admitting she was wrong about everything. The question now is how long this charade can continue. How long can Kody and Robyn keep playing these sick games with each other before the whole thing collapses completely? Will Robyn finally see through Kody's manipulation and walk away? Will Kody's fear of abandonment push him to do something even more desperate? Or will they stay locked in this toxic dance forever, proving to the world that their so-called soulmate marriage was nothing more than a carefully constructed lie? What do you think? Can Kody and Robyn's marriage survive? Or is this the beginning of the end? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and stay tuned because the next video is waiting and you won't believe what's coming next.